Hello again, my darling vast ice pops. This is burning 10 bad Xbox 360 games. So let's get right into it. Hello there, Kieran. Yeah, I saw the list in my comments. I'll get to it, don't worry. First up, Beowulf the game. Let's talk about this gem brought to us by Ubisoft. Very short game, only about 6 hours, average playtime. There's plot mechanics in the game that make absolutely no sense. Very limited boss strategy. It has sort of that same button command idea, like in God of War, but somehow it's far less fulfilling than that. And apparently, like, when you need to accomplish tasks, you have, like, a whole bunch of, like, followers that you can command. So say you need to move a big rock. You don't just go move the rock yourself. You command them, your followers, to go move the rock. But then that's not enough. You have to do, like, some stupid rhythm game in order to successfully pull off the task. So that's pretty stupid. Goodbye, Beowulf. Ubisoft's mascot Rayman is inspired by Sega's Dynamite Headdy. Did not know that. Next game. Damnation. So this wonderful game. Woo! Yeah, let's give him a TV. Why not? Now that cover art's pretty good, but that's pretty much where the fun ends. This game is plagued by terrible voice acting. And there is prevalent screen tearing. Not fun at all. Let's speed this up. Hey! I didn't want that to happen.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that is no longer in service.
This game's oversensitive controls. Anyway. Where am I at? Oh yes. Poor AI, stiff animation, ugly graphics. Unreliable aiming controls. And perhaps most perplexing of all, no voice chat in multiplayer mode. Now, this game came out in 2009. How do you get to 2009 and not have voice chat in multiplayer? Damnation. Next game. Vigilante 8. What do we want to call this? Actually, you know what? Here, why don't we just do it like this? Perfect. Let's talk about this game. It's an Xbox Live Arcade title, but very boring. That was like one of the biggest complaints. It's just a very unfulfilling single-player experience. When you play online, it's a little better, but the single-player experience is extremely boring. It has horrific controls, a lot of glitches, and badly coded physics. Those were the chief complaints. Now for Xbox Live Arcade game, you might not expect much, but so let's use our sleeping idols just to represent how boring the game is. Alright fellas, sing your song. Sonic 06, can I add the terrible secret book to represent the awful convoluted story? Sure! I'd be happy to. Next game on the list. We've got The Raven. Now this one was a bit of an enigma. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, that seems about... Yeah, there's the... So let's talk about this game, The Raven. Now, this one I had a little trouble with because I couldn't find any reviews for just The Raven itself, and the original game came in 3 episodes. Episodes 1, 2, and 3. But all of the reviews I found were for, like, the compilation. So I had to make do and find problems, you know, that were consistent across both versions. So let's talk about The Raven. Apparently it's a very poor attempt at like a detective game and trying to solve puzzles. But Any puzzle elements that are in the game are very shallow and don't require a whole lot of thought. So here, this represents our poorly designed puzzle. Nah, that's too much symmetry. Yeah, there we go. Hope everybody's having a good day. If I understand, there's some sort of election going on. There. Oh yeah. Here's a problem. There's a frequent need to examine things multiple times to get extra information. See, now, I hate that in games. That gets on my nerves. Just give me all the information when I examine it once. Like, requiring the player to examine objects or talk to NPCs multiple times, that's just like... It's trying to create, like, depth in a very fake and artificial way. At least that's my opinion about it. And very poor story and character design, and just plain old boring gameplay. Both the Raven, nevermore. Although, you know what? You want to know what's funny? One of the reviews, I won't say from which outlet, but one of the reviews was actually very positive. So, that game must have been, like, really in that reviewer's personal niche, because some of the other reviews that I read were pretty scathing. But that's the subjectivity of game reviewing, I guess. All right. Sorry about that. Next up, Leisure Suit Larry box office bust. Sure. So let's talk about Leisure Suit Larry box office bust. Now this game is perhaps one of the biggest complaints from longtime Leisure Suit Larry fans. Excuse me. This game departs from the typical Leisure Suit Larry model. And it's more of an action-adventure game, and it has, like mini events and stuff, and, like, timed tasks. And you're actually running around punching people and doing stuff like that. So people who, you know, were more acquainted with, like, Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards would probably come to this game being very disappointed that it the whole point of the game is not to, like, seal the deal with ladies like it is in other Leisure Suit Larry titles.
I'm so pretty.
I'm so pretty. There we go. So, the game has tons of innuendo and stuff, but it's, like, done in such a way to where it's, like, not funny. Like, you'd expect a lot of sex jokes in a game like this, but it's just... somehow it all just falls flat. So it could have benefited from, like, a lot better, I guess, writing and voice direction. Very badly designed levels, and there's timed tasks. Gotta have, you know, beat the clock moments. you know, in your action-adventure games. Clunky combat controls and very repetitive gameplay. Awful camera controls. And there's very shoehorned, and sort of broken intimacy system. I guess that's what I'll call it. Because there's a few ladies throughout the game that you can, go spend some time with. But, like, you go into these little, like, dialogue options, but apparently, from what I read, there's, like, no wrong answers. So it's just sort of shoehorned in there as a token for, like, the fans who are pretty much there for that sort of thing, but it even fails at that. So, and see, here's a fun story. This game was developed by Team 17. And, Team 17 is the same company who published The Escapists, Overcooked, Yooka-Laylee, My Time at Portia, Blasphemous, Moving Out, Golf with Your Friends, and the game I recently started playing on stream, Monster Sanctuary. How about that, huh? Oh, boy. Now you might think, well, we all had to start somewhere, but Team 17's been around since the early 90s. They're the ones responsible for all those Worm games, if you played any of those. Spectacular. Let's move on. Oh boy. Oh yeah, here, let's do like this. Sure, I'll mention that. Hello, Riaz Tech. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Let's talk about Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now, there we are. This was a cash grab, and a really, really bad one. That's okay, nothing wrong with being new. Welcome to the vast iceberg. You are welcome here, my friend. We are burning bad Xbox 360 games. So let's talk about Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. As I said, it was just a cash-in for the hype from the movie. And one of the most egregious thing in the game is, like, there's these power meters that govern your ability to use your superpowers. Which, I mean, I get trying to create balance, but that was the wrong way to do it. It's kind of stupid to, like, not have the ability to stretch as Mr. Fantastic as much as you want and stuff like that. Like, you don't create challenge by hamstringing the player or, you know, making the game less fun. And so, apparently, the gameplay ends up becoming very one-dimensional because you can sort of upgrade your characters, but, like the game's laid out in such a way that it makes more sense just to rely on one character to just sort of plow through everything. Phaetos! How is it going? Welcome to the stream. And since we have it here, here's the original Silver Surfer game for the NES. And there's just no variety in the gameplay. Oh. Okay. And, now that, Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Deadpool actually can now appear in the, Marvel Cinematic Universe, since Disney bought 20th Century Fox. Although I think at this point a lot of people are kind of experiencing a little bit of Marvel fatigue. Alright, let's talk about... where is that game? Ride to Hell Retribution. We know just what we want for this. Alright. Honestly, kind of reminds me a little bit of Sons of Anarchy. Let's talk about this. Apparently, it's a very cliche revenge story, so right off the bat, you know, you're playing through a story that's been done to death 100 times. Very, very bad writing. Now, the game's motorcycles, but they don't have motorcycles, so here's a wooden bike to represent the motorcycles. Terrible voice acting to go along with it. Graphical glitches galore. Oh, how appropriate! See, these words represent the bad writing. And look, broken. How perfect is that? Winter. Back. Calm. Flash. Let's see. Senseless button masher. Oh, here's what you want in your action games, right? In your, you know, in your, like, really gritty action games with, like, really angry bikers and stuff. Quick time events. That's what you want. You want to have quick time events and force people to have to make stupid button combinations in the middle of combat. Or not button combinations, but like hit the right button at the right time. Or fail. You know, a la Dragon's Lair. So let's show the game exactly what we think of it. Uh-oh. There we are. Poof. Now, let's look at the next game. Hope everybody's enjoying the music. Let me know if it's too loud. Jumper. Griffin's Story. Now, honestly, I couldn't find very much technical stuff that was wrong with this game. Oh, excuse me. But One of the biggest complaints was that the game was just very, very short. About 2 hours. Now, if you bought a game for $50 and it was 2 hours long, you'd be really, really pissed. Oh, and the combat is your usual button mashing trash. So, short duration, short review. Moving on. Sonic 06. Now, I've burnt Sonic 06 before. But why not do it again? After all, it's such a disappointment that it bears burning multiple times. There it is. The game has a story that makes almost no sense. You actually play from multiple perspectives. You play as Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Here's all the little animals to represent all of Sonic's little forest friends, even though they don't actually really appear in this game. But, what can I say about Sonic 06 that hasn't been said already? If you want a very detailed demonstration of how bad this game is, you could check out James Rolfe's two-part review of Sonic 06 on AVGN. Oh, you want me to add the drunk girl for Princess Elise? Sure. But yeah, you want a really good review? Watch AVGN's two-part review, and you can even see some more difficulty if you watch James and Mike Monday's episode of Sonic 06 as well. But here's the highlights. Very poor controls, glitchy environments, bad camera angles, tedious gameplay sequences. In between like the action levels, you're in like this town where you have to run around and do menial, mundane tasks. That should have just not been in the game. Very long load times. And no auto-saving or mid-game saving. So you forget to save your game and you lose all your lives. There's no continues. You go back to the main menu and have to start all over again. Now, isn't that a terrific game? There we go. Cover it full of Dookie. Wow, at least got really covered with Dookie. No offense to Lacey Chabert. Are we glad that Sega learned their lesson with Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Mania? I don't know. Alright. Last games on the list. How do we want to... Okay, why not? So let's talk about these epic games. Pocket Bike Racer, Sneak King, and Big Bumpin'. These were 3 games put out by Burger King promotionally. You buy yourself a meal and you can buy one of these games for $4. Now, for $4 game, honestly, they're not too bad of an experience. However, as games and being judged as games, they leave a lot to be desired. Pocket Bike Racer has very uninspired music that constantly repeats and just drones on your ears. Very odd racing controls and wonky physics, and just adds up to a very bland experience. Sneak King, the whole object of the game is to sneak up on people successfully while staying out of sight and present them with a Whopper or a coffee, or, you know, there's a couple different things. Seems ironic as the GIF at the bottom left corner is the Hamburglar who is from Burger King's rival McDonald's. Well, yes. That's the sort of advertise that I'll dress up as the Hamburglar once I hit 75 followers on Twitch. Let's see. Sneak King. Yeah. Sneak around, present people with Whoppers. Apparently the environments in the game are very sparse, which is odd considering how much you have to, like, stay out of sight. They could have done you more favors, I suppose, with the environment to hide behind things. But it's just very one-dimensional gameplay, and you have to sort of beat the clock in order to do it, too. It's not enough just to sneak around. There's also a time limit, which is... And big bumping, honestly. It's like these bumper car games that just feels more like a mini game than a full game, but it's like... It's just so average, it's like not even worth talking about. Now, oh, also, one tidbit, my wife actually got me Sneak King for Christmas a number of years ago as sort of a gag gift. I played it for about 10 minutes. So, I don't personally have any problem with these games, but Kieran wants it his way. Hey there, Jedi Mama. How's your day going? Oh, my day's going okay so far. Thank you for asking. All right. All right. That is going to do it for this list. So next up is going to be bad PlayStation 3 games. And that will be on Thursday. And I'm sure by Thursday we'll all be in need of some entertainment. So you won't want to miss that. So as usual on these Little Inferno days, I'm going to take a probably not quite hour-long break and get myself a little bit of food. Then I'll be coming back with Monster Sanctuary. So you won't want to miss that. I've been playing it pretty vigorously, and I've unlocked a few areas, and I'm excited to keep going and show off my team. So please come back for that. For now, I hope everyone stays safe out there. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is where you are, and I will see you all in the next one.